In March 2014, the company was valued at $9 billion and the founder was on the cover of Time. The Wall Street Journal reported they had just spurned a $3 billion acquisition offer from Facebook. They were too cool to sell. 18 months later, the company was worthless. The IPO pricing disaster triggered an investor revolt that kept growth against copycats. They were too dumb to scale. The paper trail is the verdict. Snapchat launched as an iOS-only app named Bikaboo in July 2011, developed in Evan Spiegel's father's living room. Stanford roommate Reggie Brown brought the disappearing pictures concept to Spiegel. The idea was simple. Photos vanished after viewing. Brown was ousted months after launch. Spiegel and Murphy retained control. In September 2014, Brown settled for $157.5 million, the price of ownership. Spiegel described the mission as communicating with the full range of human emotion, building a language rather than a photo album. By November 2012, users shared over 1 billion photos. The growth was vertical. Facebook launched Poke on December 21, 2012, a direct copycat move. Spiegel watched the giant stumble and saw an opening. By January 2014, Snap Inc. refused acquisition offers from Mark Zocc per Exapone. Spiegel stated trading the company for short-term gain was not interesting. They chose pride over liquidity. In September 2016, the company dropped Snapchat to become Snap Inc. The rebranding coincided with camera-equipped sunglasses, signaling a pivot beyond the app. The hardware gamble arrived in November, $130 for plastic glasses with no screen or obvious utility. Sold exclusively via Venice vending machine, the Snapbot was a prop for a press event that forgot to mention the product was largely useless. Simultaneously, they launched Discover, a daily feed from publishers like ESPN and CNN. It was an attempt to monetize attention by inserting brands into user-generated moments. In May 2017, they formed a joint venture with NBC Universal to produce original shows. It was a studio deal for an audience that didn't want to watch television. In March 2016, they acquired Bitstrips for $100 million. The goal was embedding personalized avatars into messages, an attempt to buy the way young people identified themselves online. They bet on augmented reality with the September 2015 acquisition of Luxury. This technology powered lenses, filters that turned users into dogs or celebrities. It was a tech play disguised as a joke. They patented object recognition to serve ads based on Snap content. It was a clever way to monetize privacy by analyzing things users thought were disappearing, turning every fleeting moment into a measurable data point. Snapchat filed for an IPO in February 2017, valuing the company at nearly $24 billion. This was a mobile app generating almost zero revenue, promising growth where there was only a hole in the ground. The pricing strategy was self-sabotage. Spiegel underpriced shares to please Mark Zuckerberg, hoping to avoid a fight with Facebook. It was a diplomatic gesture that looked like weakness. The market did not reward the peace offering. Investors watched their money evaporate by lunchtime. Shares plunged and the market cap vanished. Angry emails flooded the boardroom from those who had trusted the numbers. Anthony Pompliano filed a lawsuit in January 2017, accusing Snapchat of doctoring growth metrics to deceive investors. The filing was sharp, specific, and devastating. The privacy rant was a marketing lie. In May 2019, reports revealed employees used an internal tool called SnapLion to spy on users, viewing private stories without notification. The data trail suggests the disappearing act only applied to the users, not the company. Security failed before the spying began. In December 2013, a hack exposed approximately 4 to 6 million usernames and phone numbers. The leaked database text file was a gift to identity thieves. The Federal Trade Commission settled charges in May 2014 for misleading users about data collection and message expiration. The gavel came down on the promise of disappearing messages. The speed filter became an instrument of death. In September 2015, Crystal McGee was involved in a high-speed crash while using the feature. The UI overlay encouraged drivers to race for likes. Parents sued in April 2016, claiming the crash occurred while McGee used the speed filter. The police report detailed the wreckage and the blame. The augmented reality bet backfired. The Luxury acquisition became a costly distraction that drained resources while the core product crumbled. The documentary framing is clear. The 2025 release, Can't Look Away. The case against social media places Snapchat center stage, treating the app as a defendant. The poster hangs in a digital gallery of corporate negligence. The FTC report details data collection practices exposed in September. 9 companies, including Snapchat, were summoned to explain their surveillance habits. The report summarized responses, painting a picture of systematic privacy erosion. Regulatory pressure mounted as the National Crime Prevention Council wrote to Attorney General Garland. The letter urged an examination of Snap's business practices regarding fake pills, a formal summons to answer for the platform's role in public health crises. The security failure was absolute. On February 4th, Kyle Sparra pleaded guilty to phishing access codes, hacking nearly 600 women's accounts to steal nude photos. The courtroom sketch captures the moment the illusion of privacy shattered completely. The global ban arrived in Australia. On December 10th, the government banned Snapchat for users under 16. The Online Safety Amendment drew a hard line against the app's addictive design. The verdict was no longer pending, it was enforced. In May 2016, amidst a chaotic product roadmap, the company raised $8 billion in an equity offering. It was the largest private fundraising round in Silicon Valley history at that time. The money arrived while the user base oscillated, though metrics looked good on paper until you examined who was actually using the app. By February 2017, Snapchat reported $160 million daily active users. This number justified a public listing but terrified analysts who wanted growth curves that never flattened. To keep users engaged, the company launched Chat 2.0 in March 2016. This update prioritized messaging over photo sharing, confusing users who joined for disappearing pictures but stayed because their friends were already there. Then came SnapMap in June 2017. It broadcasted user locations on a public grid, a bold redefinition of privacy for a brand built on ephemerality. The hardware division attempted to capture the physical world with the Pixie drone, a flying camera priced at $230.30. It was scrapped shortly after launch. A drone that didn't fly is just a very expensive paperweight. The content studio tried scripted television with shows like My XBFF Court. It failed to retain viewers. In August 2022, Snap announced it would discontinue all original scripted content. They realized that making TV is harder than making ads for it. You are about to hear a number. The number is real. It is in the market cap adjustment from February 2018. A tweet by Kylie Jenner caused Snap Inc. to lose more than $1.33 billion in value in a single day. The stock chart showed a red arrow pointing down. The fragility was structural. A social network valued at billions can be wiped out by a single celebrity complaint about interface changes. The market had priced in perfection. Reality offered only tweets. The numbers are still there, hovering in the digital ether. In July 2022, Snapchat reported 347 million daily active users. It is a mountain of attention, sitting atop a foundation that has been slowly dismantled. To monetize this attention, the company introduced Snapchat Plus. By August, they claimed more than 1 million subscribers had signed on. 1 million people paying for digital stickers is a specific kind of victory. It is also a ceiling. The workforce reflects the ceiling. Snap Inc. laid off 20% of its employees, stripping away layers built during the hype cycle. The empty chairs remain as quiet testimony to the pivot from growth at all costs to survival. The structure of power did not change with the layoffs. Evan Spiegel and co-founder Bobby Murphy retained 95.8% of voting power. This concentration of control makes public accountability largely theoretical. The company moves only when the founders decide it must. Remaining staff numbers offer a snapshot of current scale. As of 2025, Snap Inc. employed 5,261 people. It is a lean operation for a global media giant, or perhaps just a small company trying to pretend it is large. The founder's geography shifted long before the layoffs. Evan Spiegel received French citizenship in 2018, distancing himself from the American market that had once valued him at billions. He lives in France. The company limps forward in California, defined by isolation and a paper trail of missed opportunities.